Hello there, and as you can see, this week we're not in Mr. Knight's place, we're in school. So we're getting ready to welcome some of you back next week, and I'm going to show you what some areas of the school are going to look like. First, our competition. The answer was the Mona Lisa, and that was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. So well done to everybody who got that right. And later on we're going to hear from our good friend Mrs. Swain, and that'll be fun. So let's get on. Hello, Mrs. Swain. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Knight. I'm fine, thank you, on this lovely day.
It's terrific to see you in the conservatory today.
Yes. It makes me feel more like I'm abroad, I suppose, because of the heat.
It's a Sunday this year. But anyway, I'm glad that you're well and you're looking well. So we've got a couple of questions for you this morning. Number one, we're very obviously aware that you're coming to the end of your time at St. Patrick's now, after quite a long time. I was just wondering, and some of the children have been wondering, what was St. Patrick's like when you first went there, and what have the changes been? How is it different now?
Oh gosh. Well, in lots of ways, nothing's changed. The building is very much the same as it was. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually. It would be nice to have a little bit more money to spend on it, as you know. Staff have changed, and across my time, which is obviously 32 years, I've worked with 3 different head teachers. First of all, Miss Barry, and then Mr. Catris for 18 years, and obviously now yourself. But in that time, I would say we've got more staff who've been at St. Patrick's a long time than new staff. Although it has been nice recently to get new staff on board, to bring a bit of youth to the team.
And it's a wonderful community, isn't it? And I guess that's still the same.
The community is still the same. The ethos of the school, I don't think, will ever change in a way, because, as you just said, the school is a community. I think the one thing that's changed massively in those years has been IT. Okay. And in that respect, it's chalk and cheese. That's been the biggest change in that time.
And I think when we started teaching, we were still using blackboards and chalk.
Yes, which you don't ever see now, really.
No, makes it sound.
Yeah, apart from sports day when we wheel the blackboard and a bit of chalk out.
Yeah, lots of things have changed for the better. And the other thing I was wondering about is, because one of the nicest cakes I've had for a long time has come from your house, and it was a coffee and walnut cake. I was just wondering, do you do much baking in your house?
Oh, we do in the house, but at the moment, and for the past few years, it hasn't been done by me. Okay. My mum was a good baker, and I suppose she gave me the love of baking. And then I did O-level home economics, as it was then in school. But I've always cooked and baked. But my daughter, I suppose, has perhaps picked that up from me. And so she does most of the baking now in the house.
She made that cake, didn't she?
She did. She made the coffee. Yeah, she made the coffee and walnut cake.
It'd be nice if you could give us that recipe, and then we could do a feature on it, and we could make it.
Okay, yeah. She's a keen baker. It's very much a hobby, but you do have to be careful, don't you, with the old waistline? But as I keep saying to her, keep on baking, and we'll just little and often.
And do you watch Bake Off? Are you big fans?
Oh, we're big fans of Bake Off, although we do try and watch a bit of Bake Off the Professionals as well. Oh, right. But the normal Bake Off is the best with the unprofessionals. Yeah, we like that.
And the other thing we were wondering is that because of lockdown, there's not many big events where everybody can go and see concerts and things. And we know that you're a big fan of concerts, aren't you? You like to go to a concert. So I wondered if there's any concert that you've been to that sticks in your mind as maybe the best one.
Right, yeah, you're right there. We'd got tickets to go and see JLS's, I suppose, comeback concert in December, because I would imagine that's not going to go ahead now. So that'll be on the back burner. But the best one that I think I've been to is Take That.
Yeah.
Take That at the Principality Stadium. Without Robbie, which was a bit of a disappointment for me, but it was a really, really good evening. The whole atmosphere. That was the first concert I'd been to at the Principality, been to obviously rugby matches and so on. But the atmosphere was superb. The show was brilliant, and it's just the whole event. The atmosphere in the city, absolutely fantastic.
It's a good stadium, isn't it? We're lucky to have it in many ways.
Absolutely, yeah. And so close to, so easy to get home, so close to the stations and so on. And then as my daughter was growing up, I also had the pleasure, should we say, of going to see One Direction 3 times. So I'm sure some people would think that was not such a pleasure, but and I've still got my One Direction mug in the school cupboard. Yeah, so big fan of concerts.
Brilliant. Okay, well, it's been lovely to talk to you this morning, Mrs. Swain, and looking so well. And we hope you stay well and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. I hope so too. Same to you.
Okay.
Bye, Mr. Knight.
Bye. Bye.
Take some action, or else what's left of the world will be a fraction. Remember to flick off those little light switches to help our planet from any more glitches. Seated tools are critically endangered. We are the ones who have to be campaigners. Cut down the plastic in our sea so our creatures can swim free. It's our future, it's our earth. We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future, it's our earth. We need to protect it for what it's worth. It's our future, it's our earth. We need to protect it for what it's worth.
Ramel from Mrs. Williams' class has done this story using emojis. I woke up and heard a bang. I quickly ran downstairs to see what this sound was. I could not see anything. I walked in to look a bit closer. I looked up the light, but there was nothing to be seen. I heard a sound behind me, and there it was. A man, penguin, laughing. Philip in Mrs. Taylor's class has got some great ideas about saving turtles and how to save the ocean. For example, stop drinking bottled water, organise a beach cleanup. Some great ideas here. Well done, Philip.
This toy mannequin, and I was happy until I got bored. When I got bored, my dad had an idea. So he rolled out a big sheet like this on the floor, and then I laid on it, and then he drew around me. And then, when he was finished, he helped me draw this big picture of a professional footballer, and there's a little ball down there. And here's a little joke. That's my sister and you'll find away on the skateboard. Moving on to a book that teaches you how to draw bones and organs. Oh, this is me, but where are all my organs? And tomorrow we are going to be doing putting the bones together and putting the bones for the fingers and feet. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this. A big painting picture from an artist. Bye!
Lots of activity at school today. Here we have Gareth trimming the hedge for us, and these men cutting the grass. And then when you come in, you'll see some differences. We're washing our hands with these wash stations now. Here's Mrs. Davis.
Hi!
And we've got lots of bottles of Milton and cloths to make sure everything's really clean and hygienic. And here's Mrs. Taylor and Miss Wiggins. All ready. Miss Wyatt and Mrs. Harmsworth getting ready. And in here we have some more teachers getting ready for next week. Say hi, everybody. Hi. You'll see that the school's now been divided into these colourful zones. So when you're invited to come in, you'll be told that you're in one of these zones and shown the way to come in. So as you can see, lots of preparations going on so that we can welcome some of you back. It's going to be different, it's going to feel a little bit strange, but it's going to be nice to see people. And if you're not coming back, don't worry about that. We'll be in touch with you in the same way. Just keep in touch with your teacher, keep that good work coming in. This is really just about checking in and catching up with you, ready for September, and it will be lovely to see some of you. So in the meantime, have a great weekend, and we'll have another broadcast next week. Bye bye.